Hey guys, Frank Rampin here from Bobby Valentine Sports Academy and Ramp 3 Baseball. In today's video, just want to touch lightly on where to hold your hands or where to hold the bat in your stance. A lot of people talk about that, a lot of people argue about that. And again, such a common theme here is that so many young players try to imitate players they see in the big leagues. And those are the greatest hitters and greatest athletes in the world. We have to make sure that we make our players understand where their hands have to get to when they begin their swing. So, honestly, where your hands start when you're in your stance isn't all that important. Some guys have done some crazy things with where they hold their hands. The key is that when you do your load and transfer, no matter how big or small that is, when that front foot hits the ground, you have to have your hands and your bat back somewhere around shoulder height, back behind your shoulder with your elbow behind your hand. You know, it could be a little high. Some guys like to have them higher than others, but somewhere back in here with that bat in that type of an angle. You never want to be too low or too high. And, kids can develop and start to figure out what's best for them once they get good, but just, a straight line idea is to get those hands to that position. When that front foot comes down, we're going to load those hands also to get to a great launch position to maximize torque. So, where do you hold them in your stance? It depends on the player, it depends on the athlete. The farther away you hold them from where they have to go, the more time you need to get there. Same thing. A big load takes a lot longer than a small little load. So having your hands here, which a lot of guys feel comfortable with, and a lot of players in Japan did this when we were over there and still do that, to get from here to there is a longer way to travel and is going to take more time. And if your player's constantly getting beat and can't get their timing down, good recommendation is start with your hands a little closer to where they ultimately have to go or where they go. Some players start with their hands there. There's very little movement backwards because they're in that set position already, and they go from there. But most have a little rhythm and synchronization between their stride foot and their hands that as they move forward a little, their hands move back here to maximize the torque. So it's individual, but make sure you understand it's where they get to is the important thing, and then you have to figure it out with your player what they can handle. The smaller moves, the easier. Keep it simple. It's really hard to have big movements and time pitches. So just a guideline to go by. Keep it simple. Make it easy to time pitches. Timing is such a huge part of hitting. You can have all the mechanics down, but if you're a little slow and late with them, you're never going to hit. So keep it simple and hope this helps.